I will barf all over everything, and this is how things are gonna be like.
It is game time.
Yep.
Video games.
Yeah, it's about time to start it off before we go and talk even more about Thai Tuesday barfing in a meme. So, anyway, welcome to the stream of the Beginner's Guide.
Yeah. Did you put on subtitles?
Oh, Keter, you can put subtitles in this game?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
No, you gotta be a
'cause we're gonna talk
stenographer.
over it for sure.
Okay, audio, oh yeah, closed caption, full. Sound quality, high.
I'd like to see
Oh,
someone
yeah.
go through the effort of actively doing their own closed captions for a stream. Just like hire a stenographer on the side.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hire a bunch of people to do closed captioning on the fly for my streams.
Like for a Let's Play, that makes sense because you could just do post-commentary audio and then type in the subtitles yourself, and that's not an issue. It'd be funny for streaming because that shit would take so much work.
Okay, so either way, this is the Beginner's Guide, and from what I've heard, this is like the second game that have been made by the studio that made the Stanley Parable. Except that this game is absolutely not in the same vein than the other game. It's a completely different thing, so we're probably not going to go in there expecting like wacky hijinks about like storytelling and everything. So it's time to see what this is all about. Oh, please make sure audio is on.
Good. Is the audio on?
What kind of a sadist mutes a game?
Maybe they
Hi
just
there.
want to listen to
Thank you very
jams
much
while
for
they play
playing the Beginner's
games.
Guide.
No, they make it sound
My
like they're
name is
muting the
Davey
entire
Reed.
game.
I wrote the Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story,
Hey, Davey.
today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of
Welcome
building a
to
3D environment.
2008.
But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building?
Is this DE
This is
Dust?
what I like about all of Coda's games.
Yo, it's Counter-Strike
Not that
map.
they're
You're
all
already lost in
fascinating
this
as
game,
games,
Highwang.
but
Yeah, that's
that
the
they
Counter-Strike.
are all
That's the
going to give
Counter-Strike
us
map name,
access
DE
to their
Dust.
creator. I want us to see
Fine.
past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this
I
human
guess you
being
know
really is.
things.
And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer.
It's that
forever.
black void over
I
there.
think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse.
Boxes, I think.
At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin
It is the
to
all-consuming,
Important Games folder.
all dividing.
So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveyWreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Welcome to Portal and a Half.
So this is some kind of video game museum?
Warning. Whisper machine active. Shift destruction imminent.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Oh yeah, we also have a gun that can shoot, except... Oh, I already ran out of bullets. I hope I didn't need my bullets.
It's a gun that shoots fireworks.
It shoots particles.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life form inbound.
You know, granted, this is
It
like
kinda looks like
really
this game
old
was
style
abandoned in
visuals. They do look pretty good.
It was made in 2000.
Would indicate that
Some
there are
odd
supposed to be
shit
monsters or
thing.
enemies.
Like even if it's
But then
like very
clearly
low
there are
poly,
no
it still
enemies
has like a bit of
You
a
can't even reload the gun when you
it has a
run
bit
out
of
bullets.
has a direction going to
Ultimately,
it, and
we
it
don't
looks really
know.
good.
Maybe Coda thought that actually it was
There
complete
are
the way that
ideas
it is.
here.
And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Whoa, that looks a little weird. Oh, it's a frozen skybox.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
with a frozen box underground.
One day I'll finish this skybox.
I don't know why it looks so uncanny though. I can't put my finger on it.
Maybe it's the gray bottom.
No, like
Apparently, the
barring
space
that.
station has a labyrinth.
Maybe
on
it's the seams in the universe.
Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Oh, okay, thanks.
What the hell?
They don't
Okay,
want us
this
to
is the
get
part
lost
that's
in a
interesting.
maze.
Yeah.
The game has this narrative about
You ever
the
see? You
whisper
ever watch
machine
the
and how it
director's
has to be
commentary
turned
of
off,
Half-Life,
and
the
then you
Half-Life
get
2
to the engine
games, where they mentioned that in each game they wanted to put a maze, but during playtesting, players would never get past them, even with the
In the engine room.
like the usual cues that they put in. So they just eventually stopped putting in mazes.
Mazes are just inherently a bad idea.
If you
In first-person shooters, yeah, they're kind of not great. I feel like they have some merit in dungeon crawlers and RPGs, though.
Well, you get a map usually.
yourself,
Yeah, in those you get a map. That's true. Like, Grimrock did mazes pretty well. You had to map out the maze, but you were always incentivized to look in each corridor because you'd get rewards.
Let me
Now
pause
we
here for a
die.
second. What you
What?
just experienced,
Why?
stepping into the beam
This is
and
how we
dying,
stop the machine.
is
Yep.
probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug
We
somewhere.
just touch the pretty
This
light
is
and
what
then fall
happens
over.
instead.
Yeah, and we save humanity. Oh, alright, here's the maze.
Ah,
I
now we
finally
can
beat
solve
in the
it.
maze.
Starts floating. And this is an important moment.
When you step into the light,
Because
you
yes,
gain
this
no
is
clip.
technically a glitch, but
Nice.
Coda identifies something human about it, like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed
Huh?
against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking.
Maybe
but
I am too
what's
white
clear is
trash
that
for this
after
because I have
making this,
no idea if this is
something
what he
lodges
really
itself in his
intended.
brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and
it's a
experimental
glitch.
designs.
Yep.
So he stops work on
Opened
this
his
and
mind.
moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in
Later,
all
my
sorts of
planet
directions.
needs me.
Let's go
He
ahead
opened
and
his
take a look at the
mind and
first
then
game he made
realized I should
after
work
leaving
for
this one
Ubisoft.
Wait a minute, I'm wasting my life with Halo simulators. It's time to make art. Away.
Oh. Oh.
Huh?
I thought for a second were going to play like one of those Slender games. Looking
Yeah,
at
it
the
does look
graphics.
like does look like that.
Really? This looks like the Windows 95 screensaver to me.
Yeah, that too.
I've seen some
So try
Slender Man
walking
games that look like
backwards.
this.
Just brick walls.
Yep. In this game, you can only walk backwards.
There you go, Sack.
What the hell?
Why?
Steep.
I could see this being a good idea and a terrible idea at the same time.
Let's see this
Oh,
idea
and we can still
unfold.
see the bottom of the universe, right at the bottom of the walls.
Yeah. It's a cool aesthetic, though.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Code is trying to give it a unique voice rather
That's
than simply
not the
basing
best
it on a
way to get your
preexisting
narrative
trope.
going, Soda.
I am always looking back on my previous experience. Hold on, I gotta read the text.
Nope, you can't now.
Now we
You
gotta
went too
backtrack to
far.
read the text.
Wait, I thought there was a door here.
It's a short little
No,
thought.
Oh
it,
says
my
what it
it
wants to
changed
say,
because
and
that's
then it ends.
the thing.
Didn't need anything
That's the
more
message
than
of
that.
this game.
Which to me
Crazy.
is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Oh, alright, now it's Slender.
Yeah,
Now it
this
is the
is
Slenderman.
Walk off the edge.
Car simulator.
Walk off the backwards edge. Jump into the void.
You're now entering.
Silent. Mountain.
Time to get ready for the survival horror.
Oh.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear
Sure,
just yet.
okay.
Please be patient
Wow,
with me
really?
for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes
That
it
was my
interesting.
whole game.
Alright.
I don't know. If he has a weird
Oftentimes,
definition
people
of what
put
to
bizarre
call a
titles
game,
like
I
this one
think.
at the start of his
So
games.
I know these are Soda's games, but is Soda the narrator as well?
I
No.
wish I'd
No,
known
that's
him at the
Davey.
time that he was making
Oh.
his early games.
That's his
He would
friend.
really only talk to me about his work
Yeah,
as he
good
was
friend
making
Davey,
it.
who worked
Once
on
he
the
stopped
Stanley
work on a
Parable.
game, like,
So
that
is
was
this
it.
the
It was
staircase
dead
in
to
that
me.
one episode of
I don't
Cowboy
agree with
Bebop when
that
they
at
were
all,
high on
but
mushrooms?
What are you gonna do?
Sure.
Alright, I call this game Stairway to Heaven.
It's just gonna keep on extending, isn't it?
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl,
Or
the door
you
at the top of the
stop?
stairs opens. So why, if Code is not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
No, Sack, no. It's not the original intent. Keep going slow.
No, I'm sorry, but... Oh.
This isn't how
What?
you art.
What the hell?
Huh?
A room
Is this
that's
Soda's
warm
notes?
And nice.
Apparently?
and filled with little ideas for games.
This is what he has to do whenever he accesses his notebook. He has to go up a staircase
Coda
for
would often
5
tell me
hours.
that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
I know it's probably Coda, but I like calling him Soda because
Oh.
it's funny.
Oh, the joke is ruined. It's better when I thought you were wrong.
A game of only... no, I wanted to read more. God damn it.
Can't steal my game ideas that I keep in my room.
Well, you shouldn't have given me a button in order to get up there.
Okay, so this is Ready Set Fish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever it means.
Where's the fishing?
Because so far, I'm not really trusting the titles.
I did like that little lobby thing. That was a neat idea.
Oh, hey. It's like
Well,
a
this is
Quake
new for
door.
Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Okay, can I solve the puzzle? Yes!
Or can
oh.
you?
Oh,
There's
okay.
a second step to this puzzle you didn't realize.
Yeah, I guess so.
don't forget that solution, because
Oh!
we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
Yeah, that was easy.
We're gonna see it a lot.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw those holes in another game earlier.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think there was one on the spaceship thing.
That's Soda's signature.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Okay. Alright. Are we ready to see what's beyond the walls? Too late. Oh god! I regret pressing the button!
Oh no.
This is awesome!
Badness.
Oh my
How about
god.
that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing.
So wait,
I actually
Soda
find it funny that
programmed all
game
this, or
comes
was this
after
just
the
like
Stairs
randomly
game, since They
generated?
essentially convey the opposite idea.
That's still
So,
programming.
in the Stairs game, a dull exterior conceals
That
the
looks pretty
interior.
cool though.
And then,
not gonna
in
lie.
this level, a dull interior hides
Like,
this fantastic outer world.
I don't know if anybody actively
Either way, I
reads
think
Japanese
that the
comics, but it
point
reminds me of
is
this
that
comic
most of
called
the time,
Blame,
you
which
don't
was
get to
basically
know what you're missing,
a dude
or even
traversing
that
a
you're missing
sprawling,
anything.
like,
That is not your role as a
just
player.
a never-ending
So if your role here is
cavern
not to
of
understand,
hallways and shit.
then what is it?
Hmm.
The comic itself, it wasn't good, but the art was really interesting.
Oh, alright. We're back into driving into the Nether game.
This reminds me of my favorite manga, Slenderman.
You're now
Slenderman got a
excited.
manga.
This, combined
If
with
Slenderman
the
got a
games
comic, I'm
earlier,
probably gonna commit
tells
some
us that
arson.
Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and
Probably
the
the
puzzle game
worst stream
are
of this
literally
game talking about
connected in
manga
between
and
this and the
Slenderman.
shit. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
The great and lovely descent. Oh, hey, a house. Looks
A house in
alright.
heaven.
Yeah, one thing I do like
Let's
about the
talk about
game, it
video
does
game
have a lot of
development
cool
for a second.
visuals.
Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can
Yeah,
and
not
cannot
doing
do.
it for you.
So in other words,
I
the
don't
engine
like.
is
I don't
a
want.
set
I
of
don't
tools
disagree
for
with you,
game development.
Killer MC, but I can't really say cool.
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has
Hip
certain
with
things
me,
that it does
man.
well, and it has certain
No
things
cool
that it does
wang over
poorly.
here.
One of the things that it does very well is
Yeah, I'm hip and cool with my
boxy linear
Japanese
corridors.
comics.
That's why so many of Coda's games are set
Oh,
in
it's a
these
streetwise
large, flat,
fool.
empty rooms, is just because he's working
I
with
like
what
it.
the engine does well.
Okay, that's good to hear.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of
I
creative
drink
work
at the
they're going to end up
streetwise
making.
fool.
You might consider
Ooh,
paying
it's a good-looking
attention to
place.
the architecture in Coda's games to notice how
Coffee's
they seem
probably
to stem
expensive,
from an
though.
engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Probably has those weird foreign coffees that don't really taste good, but they try to convince you otherwise.
Oh god. Alright, we're going down from the coffee
Oh
shop
my
to
God.
interdimensional hell. Ah!
Okay.
Nice platforming, dummy.
Okay, Killer MC, I was wrong. You were right. This is actually pretty cool. So
Well,
it's got a good.
Okay, I have a jump button because the controls kind of
Oh,
made it
okay.
seem as if there was not such a thing.
Yeah, there's no jumping in Stanley Parable, so don't blame you.
Ah, okay.
Then you break your ankles.
No, that's okay. In game
My
development
legs.
land, you don't have ankles.
You don't even have a body. Is that a
Look at me,
VHS
I
in the
have
center?
no feet.
I think that's just another light fixture.
Oh, nah.
I thought my favorite manga was recorded on this. Oh.
Aww. I don't get to. I don't get to see. Shit, I already
alright.
forgot the name
Welcome
of
to-
that. Stimpy Trigun.
Okay, welcome to Horse Table Jail.
I was actually going to
Looks
say
like-
cow butcher pen. Because this to me looks like something you would just keep cows in before you send them to the butcher's blades.
Kind of livestock holding place.
Maybe it's a human livestock holder.
Yeah.
This prison, funny enough,
time to go to
in
jail.
Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Yeah, thank you.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether
Otherwise,
a game
we
ought to
would've
actually
needed
be
to do an
playable, whether it
impromptu
means anything if no one
podcast.
can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it
In this
playable
podcast,
and
we'll talk
accessible?
about how Telltale
And
games
so we
have
just
good
got into
storytelling
heated
but no
arguments over it.
variety.
There was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home,
I've
and
actually
a day
been-
or two later, he sent
I've
me a
actually
zip
been kind of
file
exploring that with
entitled
The Wolf
Playable
Among Us.
Games that was
There's
full
a
of
wolf
hundreds
man.
of
It's
individual
different
games,
from
each
zombies
of which
and
was
No, when I
just
mean
a
different
different box
animals.
that you walked around
When I
in
say
and
difference in
nothing
storytelling, I
else.
mean like decisions really don't
Played
matter.
Every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag
maybe
hidden
you
somewhere.
don't matter. Why?
Oh, I know I don't matter.
I played all of these games in order to see if there was a joke. And the joke was you!
Like, I like Wolf Among Us a lot, but like sometimes it feels like the writing wasn't anticipating alternate choices.
Once again, 3 circles.
It's the
Yeah, I
puzzle
really
again,
think that's just Soda's
with the exact
signature.
same solution as the last time.
Could be.
Oh. Alright. Wait, oh, okay. That's right, that was how you press the button.
There's still no clear indication of
How
what
do I
makes this
push
puzzle so
buttons?
special that
Mhm.
Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Oh. Okay.
Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Okay.
If
so
this is
why
us-
why can't I even tell them what was the solution?
Trust me, you don't want to go over there. It's weird.
Now I just want to buy a bright lime green box and put it on my head. Just make that my avatar.
This is me now. I am the box that listens.
Wait, so is that supposed to be like a furnace?
It's like a
Yeah.
fireplace or something.
It's more like it's like a tempering furnace.
Maybe like old tiny sort of thingy.
This is like the most video
And so we
game
make one
thing
last
Soda has
descent
produced.
Down to the final floor of the level.
Yep. So far, that seems like the most complete game we've seen so far.
Like I wouldn't be opposed to seeing this completed.
Oh.
It is complete. We reached the end. That's it.
And we're in high school now. Yay!
Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Right.
Makes
So
you
out of-
think.
So, out of curiosity, I went to the,
Oh, this
Going
game
to the
is
Steam.
connected to the internet.
Yeah.
Oh my. Out of curiosity, I checked the Steam store of this page, and I'm kind of disappointed that the, FPS police didn't see it.
Nah, it's a 60 FPS game.
Oh, so they just don't give it a grade at all?
Nice room. Not.
Everyone says when they come
So
to my
first off,
room.
I'm sure you can deduce this, but this
We
game
get some
is not
posters,
connected to the
KillerEmcee.
internet. All
Pick
the
up that
rights
laundry.
you're gonna see have been
I
written
like my
by
laundry.
Coda.
Leave me alone.
This was actually the first game of his that I ever played.
You're not supposed
This
to leave it on
was
the floor,
shortly after I met
KillerEmcee, and
him
you're especially
at
not
a
supposed to
weekend
sleep in
game
it.
jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention.
Oh,
I was
oh.
over enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it, and very
What
patient.
the fuck?
Whoa,
And I
holy shit.
cooled off eventually.
This does kind of remind me of the Demon Souls tutorial area, where it's just like the end of a room is just a bunch of signs.
Mm,
Reason.
Feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing
Tongue
extra is going to
butthole,
happen
what?
if you read all of them.
What?
Everyone
Either way,
read this.
To me, they convey a sense
Where did
of
you see
hope.
that, KillerEmcee?
I see this person
I know
who's
it in
filled
Dark
with
Souls 2.
thoughts and
Oh.
feelings
Tongue
and
butthole.
beliefs, and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
The guy
feel
over
like-
there wrote much wrong. Which guy?
But it's ironic, isn't it, that in playing
I
this
feel like
game
this would
and
be-
seeing how alone Coda
I feel like
often
this is a
felt,
completionist
that we
game, but
get to
the
know it
nightmare
better, and
completionist
actually
game,
kind
because
of-
you have to look at every single one of these
I have to be honest
messages.
with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I
You're
can just
compelled to do so.
play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing.
Oh
I
my
could just
god,
get
I
to
like
know
this
you through your
message.
work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much.
Too
Is
many
because it felt
messages
like
here.
they
Who
let me
could read
have
them
that
all?
connection.
Wow.
I
Too
felt as
many
though he was
cooks.
inviting me personally into his world,
Cool cavern,
and then
bro.
I feel less lonely too.
I'm 90% sure Soda just went to a rant.
Alright,
That's pretty
challenge accepted.
I get the weird feeling that Soda just kind of, took a random chat room and just put all the messages here.
Oh my.
Oh
What the
my
hell?
god.
Someone has a lot on their mind.
Oh, that's cool!
Maybe Coda should have coded that better. Than being a block.
No, no.
Snowflake.
Nah, I think it would have been cool that you would have to, physically keep wrapping the camera around to read the whole message. That would have been great.
Coda, patch it.
Balls.
This is like peering into the brain of a madman.
What the shit is this cavern?
The shit
That's-
is it?
That's my contribution.
Boring.
I wrote for this game. That's my contribution.
I'm pretty sure that when he left the messages, he didn't see any of the other messages, so that's why it seemed boring to him. I can assure you, guarantee that there's an acorn somewhere here in this place, and the sailors are looking for it.
Sailors.
Oh, you know what this reminds me of? This is like Super Mario RPG with Star Hill.
Yeah, sure.
Kind of.
Except a little bit more insane?
Butt ass butt.
I do like that one.
I need to go to the freaking bathroom. Is the bathroom over there?
So as
Oh.
like this is basically a
Poor
look
guy.
into all of Coda's games. So is Coda just missing in action, or is he just not doing games anymore?
Well,
Supposedly
apparently
he
he's
stopped
not
doing
doing games
games.
anymore because all these games apparently are from 2008 to 2011. A free T-shirt.
Maybe he started back up again after this was released. He just finally got that spark again.
Why you so?
You know, inside of door. Why you so?
Door, how open? Someday I will meet the person who made this. I help people because of the enthrall good feeling I get.
Ah, that's nice.
New room! Oh hey,
Oh
hey,
my.
oh hey, that's an upcoming Splatoon level.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Soda does a lot of good, like room designs.
Yep, I know the feeling. I'm sorry, but I have to bother. A game where you leave notes and suddenly everyone's a poet.
Are you really gonna read all of these?
That's the point of the game.
Yeah, why not?
Like, I'm really expecting at one point it's just gonna be random mashings of letters as if Soda just started punching his keyboard.
I'm tired of writing notes.
Take
Let's
my
just put in
hand, let's
random
jump
characters.
together. No thanks. I tried jumping earlier and I saw what happened. Okay, I love this guy now.
Cabbage shaped our nation. What?
It's true.
What is that painting? Does not matter if you ever get over here. Don't talk about me that way. Oh, very good game. Ah, alright, he's finally perking up.
Oh, so I'm right. This is basically a Twitch chat.
Yeah, except with the voices of one single person.
Oh my god, is this actually voiced?
No.
Or you just say it's one person? Okay.
It's
Yeah.
one person who left all of the notes. Like,
Yeah, my mistake.
this is a note? Don't
Well,
listen to the other notes. Okay, alright.
Don't listen to those other guys. They're after you.
Nah, I'm sorry. I have to go look it up. I'm not safe.
You're not safe. I pull out a gun. You're right.
Oh, the day I learned you cannot fall off. Is that true? Oh,
Do it.
Yeah, yeah, you can't. There's invisible walls.
Ah,
Imagine if it was a lie and you were dead right now.
Ethical.
I'd like that.
Stop faking it.
This picture is a very,
Painting! What does it mean?
it's a view into the futile nature of pointillism.
Heart.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just talking out my ass.
From up there, it just looks like dots. Well, I think it looks like dots from pretty much anywhere. Oh, cabbage shapes our nation.
Again?
Yep. Apparently... Oh, help, I'm trying to speak.
Is this like 90% of the hour and 30 minutes of gameplay?
I hope so. Whoever made this has issues. Well done, all of you. We will all die someday.
Hang on a second, I gotta check another thing with the store page. Ah, are there no achievements?
Well, do you really need achievements for a game like this?
You should get a Chivo for doing all this.
Nah, we're doing this for the sake of the game. Sometimes you don't need achievements. It's about how this game is pretentious and you all suck. Devil Tower Star. And yeah, by the way, I'm doing this by my own choice. As was said earlier, the narrator said that I could skip all of this. It's my own personal choice to read all of this right now. Because right now, I want to read this. His terrible secret, he kept it well. I beat the game! Nope, you still have to go forward.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
I wish there were notes in the real world.
But there are. There are many notes in the real world. Also, that icon's there again.
Oh, apparently if you look downwards in this one part, the lighting just goes off.
Yeah, I think it's meant to be like some kind of progression.
Downward, keep digging.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Oh, alright. Does this puzzle have a solution? Coda, I'm sorry, but you're not very good at puzzles. Help!
Oh my god. I left for a minute and you're still here.
And because there's this dark area
The hell,
between
man,
the
just
doors,
solve the
space
door.
between spaces,
No, he has to look at every. There's notes in the darkness.
I'm heading back to the start later,
a few
guys.
seconds to reflect on.
Oh my god, you know
and
what you
let
have to
go
do?
of the
There's
events
probably
that led
something at the start
you. To
now.
step back and connect
Nah.
the pieces
I
together.
doubt it.
To grasp at that
There is no
elusive
second
bigger
switch.
picture.
I'm sorry, but I beg to differ.
I do like the idea of people being stuck at simple puzzles. Like, what the fuck?
I didn't play the other 5 or 6 games. Oh. The sound of people leaving notes. Oh my god.
Okay, this one is tough.
Oh my god!
Spin its own wheels
Damn it, I
a
left
few
for a
minutes,
second. What happened?
hang with
Oh my god, the name of that game!
What was the name of that game?
I don't remember, but it was amazing. It had something to do with porn stars.
Porn
Oh,
stars
I saw
died
that.
too.
Yeah.
It's true.
What happened at the end of commentary game, though?
We got in a room filled with typewriters that will type on their own and they were asking me to speak, but I couldn't. Oh yeah,
Oh.
porn stars died too. Thanks, Festive War.
So, so basically, that last game was the concept of a million monkeys with typewriters can make Shakespeare.
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Yeah, we'll go.
Where'd the furniture go?
Oh, we're gonna place it ourselves.
A refrigerator! A refrigerator!
No, put a table.
That's not a refrigerator.
Let's put a huge
Damn it.
picture of a horse.
Damn it, Soda, do you know what a refrigerator is? Oh my god, Soda, you're so bad at this. Yes, live Tesla coils.
And a table. You need a table. There already was one.
You stole a refrigerator.
I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making any difference. Tables
Yeah,
were
yeah.
invented in 1935.
No, they weren't.
But yeah, that's the magic word for making. What?
There's a bit more to this
Oh
one,
my.
but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness'
All the
sake.
furniture you could ever want.
So okay, he throws it out.
I'd
and
live
starts
here.
over.
This is
This time he
cool.
comes at the prison idea from a different
That
direction.
looks like a freaking hell.
Then he just throws it. Fuck this.
Okay. I'm told to walk forward, and it's not as if I have. Oh. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment.
I find that hard to believe. I feel like this would be an interesting thing to do if, like, game development classes ever get, you know, serious.
Are they
Like-
not serious now? Do they just goof around?
I actually have a couple friends that that had to help out with game development classes, and the teachers oftentimes don't know what they're doing, and the students will make really poorly designed maps and still get A's.
Hmm.
But yeah, this would be an interesting thing to put in like a game development class curriculum, because this is really educational in some ways.
Yeah, it's the beginner's guide.
And of course,
Yeah.
now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Like, sometimes I actually do
Here's a
enjoy
version where
watching
there are no
this,
bars,
though
but
I
you
would
can't
pay 10
actually
bucks
get to
for
the
it.
well. And then a version where the inside
Sorry.
of the prison is the
To each his
outside
own.
and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more. of
What?
these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this
Yeah, I
person
kind
that
of agree
could be
with
working
PO tier. $5
But
would be
Coda
a
doesn't have that
decent
voice
asking
telling you
price.
to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and
And we
going.
just reuse this map
And then
again.
he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that
So
the
how many
prison
months
is
did he
not
spend on
actually-
building a prison?
Oh, alright, last version of the prison game, without the prison.
It was just that good of an idea. We had to fixate on it for months.
Oh, hey, it's the lamppost from before.
Yep. It's gonna reappear in every single one of the games.
Oh, I think I missed it in the, what's it called, in the typewriter game.
Alright,
Missed all of it.
and now it's time for Doctor Who to begin.
Really? I was thinking Superman, but okay.
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to
I
talk
was
to
in
someone,
reverse
to
prison.
share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself. I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice? So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
And now Soda makes visual novels.
Hooray.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
I have to say that it's the best looking thing he's done so far.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice looking place.
I'd live here.
Seems cozy.
But I probably wouldn't
We're
use
now
that living.
trap.
I wouldn't use that living room much though, because I'd be paranoid that the deer are watching me.
You'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system. which he
Lousy
started
homes
using
make
from his
homeowners.
point. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
The dialogue system is actually pretty good.
It's beautiful.
Wow, I'm really good at cleaning.
What?
Be clean with my mind powers.
I'm the lawnmower man.
You just delete reality.
What a movie.
Wait, so
Does-
did I just gun in this guy's house just to clean up his entire home?
Yes, you're a butler.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just gonna ask this straight up because this seems so foreign to me. Does anybody actually make their bed anymore?
I know I don't.
I used to. Then it's like, what's the point? I'm the only one who's gonna notice.
Like seriously, I'll maybe straighten up the bed sheets once a week, but I just throw my blanket on the bed, and leave my pillow where it is, and just fuck off.
Alright, clean the spill. Oh. Alright, make it especially cheesy.
Well,
I upset him.
Damn.
no, I can't. The moment is gone.
No need to be perfect, we're just all human. Well, what are you? And you're the worst cleaning man ever. Ever since I got here, I did all of the work, and you did absolutely nothing but stand there. Oh my god. That's a miss.
Is it just me in thinking I kind of want to smack this guy's head just to see if it would spin?
They
After
do
the
kind of
intense set of
spin.
prison games, is house cleaning
No, I mean like that
always feels
cartoony
like
kind of
a
spin.
It's the moment after a particularly
I
difficult
guess
or
we
traumatic
do that. You
experience
can abuse
We
this
just cleaned the
man for your
table. What is
humor.
and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Yeah, you just did. That's what cleaning a home is like. You gotta keep doing the same things. Always doing dishes. Never stops.
I know that Coda really liked this game. All his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. He just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
This is a simulation of what it's like to grind in an MMO.
Now I'm level 5 cleaner.
Yeah. It's much more rewarding though, because now your house is tidy.
But this isn't your house. This is this jerk's house.
We live here now.
Do we?
Yeah. Look, I can't go
Huh.
anywhere. We live here now.
There's a difference between living here and being held hostage here, KillerEmcee.
Oh my god.
Let's keep housekeeping.
But I just did that. You're so bad at housekeeping. Your soul is a huge
I'm glad he made
miss.
How did you make a mess? You weren't even there, man.
But, of course, it can't last.
Oh.
The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
And now to clean a lamppost.
Nice.
Oh, for a second I thought we were going to clean the Hoover Dam.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right?
That would have been cool.
That sooner or later you
That
have
would
to
have taken
pick
a
up and
really
move.
long time.
I really thought that was the point of it.
Soda was really obsessed
This
with
one gets a bit
Light
goofy.
Post because he played Chrono Trigger and liked the end of time.
Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? No, I'm here because I got
Always, baby.
stuck in my chair and I can't get out.
So for those of you that have gone to college, did anybody else think those tiny little side desks were completely worthless?
Yeah, some of them are a bit too tiny.
Yeah. Even Arsenix agrees with me. Is a suck.
I love how come the cube just rotates every single time you talk.
It's all about the talk.
Also, I realized I was the only person in the room, so hey, I just took the front seat.
You're just taking all the seats.
No desk!
Halfway through the
Yes!
game, the perspective shifts.
Ooh, nice. We could leave.
Ah! What the hell?
Ah!
Oh my god!
And you play as the
This
teacher.
is what every college
Suddenly,
teacher
you discover
sees,
that
the
your teacher
void
is
of
just
which
as
our
riveting
eventual
and
lives will
afraid
lead
as you are.
into.
Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Yes, I'm your teacher, X-Death. Wait, why is the lamppost there? This is a classroom.
My speech right now is so fucking...
I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. Assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
Aw, we can't walk up there.
Nope.
Nope. We cannot throw ourselves into the void.
What a terrible game designer.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make.
Why
It
can't
was
I
full
throw
Wait, this one
myself
had
into
no
the
side
void?
one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Oh, welcome to the opening of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline.
Nice.
Really should play that sometime.
Time for
Ah!
a real game.
Oh god.
It's just light psych.
Yeah, but it was like everything was so dark and now it's so bright.
Oh man, is this a vaudeville play?
I just wanna say I love to game design.
I'll show these losers how to make a good first-person shooter.
Alright, say something to the professional. Alright, let's go.
Where's the bathroom?
I gotta pee, help. What
Do
are
it
you
again.
doing?
Oh.
You can't. You ain't never talked to a person before. What's wrong with you?
It's true. I don't know what human interaction is at all.
Here are all of my hopes and dreams.
It's the worst conversation I've ever had.
What's happening? I don't get this.
We're just having the worst conversation in the world.
You do LP psych. How are you bad at talking to people?
Oh, okay. Okay.
What are some sacrifices you've had to make? No, choose option 2. Choose option 2.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I bet you love pain, don't you?
I want to try something. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we have too many props. Let's work with something simple.
Alright. Prison again. You are now jailed in bad conversationalist land.
Well, we have a heavy object with that lamppost. I'm pretty sure we can break out.
The game ends with this eerie premonition
we
of
lost
what's going
that.
to
Now
happen
that's
next
gone.
in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success.
Oh, I thought you were
The
being
answer for
jailed
Coda is
for
to
your bad
withdraw.
conversation.
Is highly
Yeah, like
self-aware,
devious vacuums
which is what
interpretation,
leads to
bad
scenarios like the
conversation,
stairs
go to
that send you
jail.
down several games
I like the
ago,
subtitle
where
of
it
this
just
game
becomes
represents
harder
what
and harder to
happens in
access
Soda's life, and I thought, did Soda go to
because he
jail for
keeps
talking to
retreating.
someone?
He just keeps
Yep.
backing away from possible
Yikes.
connections to
Too
anyone
nerdy
other
to
than
live.
himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from people. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do?
So I
After
never did
this,
play Stanley
Coda
Parable.
went
Was
off
it
and took
anything
another
like this, or
5
was it
months to
more,
make a new
Stanley Parable was much more lighthearted.
Well, when I say like this, I mean like,
oh
was
god. Okay, Mobius Strip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin. Alright, eyes closed.
Okay.
Is this like the bomb game where some people could see this and other people can't?
No. Obviously, we can all see it.
I hope your eyes are actually closed.
Yeah,
Like,
they are.
excellent.
So, yep, dear audience, you will commentate on what you're seeing because I cannot.
Should we just tell you what to do?
You don't know what to do, Highwang. You know nothing of the reality before your eyes.
I really don't. What's this? Ah!
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty
What the
much
fuck?
Ah.
impossible otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Oh, okay. Help, I'm blind. Engineer blind. Okay.
Please don't let this be forever.
Probably do some exploring. I don't think these guys can help you. Everyone is blind.
I guess.
Oh wow, everybody is blind.
Yep. Oh, alright.
Are we just supposed to go outside and open the door? Well, better get the running, psych.
Alright.
Jumping doesn't work. I'm gonna laugh at the solution is just to go up to it and knock on the door. And then you open it up and you realize that it's Men in Black 4, and then you just scream in insanity.
Oh, I'm gonna die again.
No, it's false.
Talk to
Just
truth.
Speak
Talk
the
the truth.
truth, psych.
Talk to truth.
You know what's true because it's in your heart.
Okay, speak some. Oh.
Oh, truth is sad.
Like I said, I was getting concerned.
We defeated the
First off,
door?
he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So, where's that coming from? But then, even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
I don't know. Are we really okay?
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6
Maybe we
months
should be a bit more
before he
concerned
finishes
about
something
Coda.
new.
Yeah, this game definitely felt more like a cry for help than an actual game.
Wait, is the tree talking to me?
Stranger things have happened.
I like this.
We did
Like
just
this.
kind of fight a door a while ago.
I like this jump to conclusions you've made. I can't see who's speaking to me. Maybe the closest object is talking to me. Hello.
Wait, is this still a space door?
Can't see who's speaking to me. Are you talking to me, soda can? Pepsi can? Are you talking to me? You wanna talk? What?
Yeah, even the little gentle music which is going right
If
now
the
kind
last
of
game
really
featured
feels
Coda talking
creepy
explicitly
vibe.
about his creative
Yeah, it's a
frustrations,
little eerie.
this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for? Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
We're seeing the same puzzle again.
Yep.
You can't
God
talk
damn it.
yourself out of
It's
loneliness.
thematic.
It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
Uh, but
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like video games
Same.
are not worth.
Yeah, this game gets
amount of
pretty heavy.
suffering.
It's like, I don't know, I really don't want to keep going.
It's such a simple solution, though.
Got this, psych.
This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much
Defeat
joy
the
out of
walls
seeing him
with the
create.
words.
For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated
Give the
like
words
this
power.
was the worst thing for me.
No, that's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop. But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Welcome to the machine.
Huh.
Dear.
Oh, well, so much for it being quiet. It's a fucking whole group of people here.
Ah,
Well,
Quick, just run through them and say no comment. It's the only way.
hit them all in the head and watch them spin.
No comment. Ah!
And of course, it's the machine.
Huh. I can't tell if there's like some form of self-help, or is this just delusions?
really feeling more and more bad playing this.
It is a pretty emotional game, yeah. It's too real. Well, I think the machine should man up and apologize to the public.
What the hell?
I like the idea that followers is an option.
Even this option just feels wrong. But I just told that I was gonna apologize for it. Why can't I do that? No. No. Oh my god.
That first option was kind of creepy. And it's getting weirder.
Everything just feels really creepy right now.
It's time to beat up the machine.
Nah, I don't know. I just cannot do it. What?
Now it's
What the
doing
hell?
destroy everything.
Are you serious?
Remember, you can click to fire the gun.
But what am I firing at?
I'm guessing
I
the
want
chairs.
to fire. Alright, I'm just gonna shoot at... what? What the...
Huh.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you,
The
at the
hell?
time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him.
Wasn't
and
a
that all
very
he
good
needs
game
to
to
do
begin.
is just start showing
It's
his
just
work.
about a nerd being
To get some
nerdy.
actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so,
This
as I'm
awkward
thinking this,
conversation
I
in the
realized
game.
that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
It's like this entire place is falling apart.
Got cracks in the floor and everything.
Yeah.
Looks like you're gonna have to make an exit.
But I don't want to destroy this. I don't.
No, just shoot a hole in the floor and jump inside.
I guess.
Think about this game. Think about it this way. This
Oh.
game was coded to be destroyed.
Hello,
So I
door.
started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their
Coda
opinions.
to be
And the
destroyed,
great
I
part
guess.
is that they really loved his games. You know,
Ah.
really
Guess
that
one
was just
could
to
say
give him
that.
Some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Okay, so that was the meaning of the 3 circles.
It was the engine to code his brain.
Maybe. Now we beat up this machine.
Alright, how do I drop my gun? No!
Alt F4.
I'm just gonna mash every button on the keyboard. Oh no, fuck, I shot!
Can you see why I felt like this was the
It's a
right
booby
thing to
trap.
do?
It's okay, it's a
This is the
machine,
thing
you
that
can't
I always
feel.
feel like I need to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone
Also
really
that
connects with the thing
lamppost.
that I've made, when they see
That's
themselves
nice.
purely in my work,
Should have shot the
there's nothing
lamppost.
that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Nice place.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world.
Like something out of Dune.
It's a very cold game.
Crazy.
This room actually has a maze in it.
Wait, really?
There's a maze.
Except that all the walls of the maze are
The
invisible.
worst maze
And then
ever.
every time you touch one of
hello.
the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Oh, and yeah, while we're talking about game designers that put invisible mazes in
And to be
this
fair,
in
it's
their
not
game,
like this
guess
is
who
the
did
first
that
game that's
too?
needed some modification to be playable.
I give
Like
up.
the house cleaning game.
And
That one used to actually be chores and
all
you
the way
just
back in
cleaned the house
2000.
forever. I had to cut it off.
I
So
feel like
that you could
everybody
exit
does
the
that 'cause
house
it's
and the game would
a,
actually end.
Wait, it's
But
a...
that game had an idea
It's
that it
something
was
you
actually
instantly
trying
think
to
would
communicate.
engage the player when really
What's
it just
the
kind of
deeper
frustrates
idea
them.
behind the invisible maze?
Oh, he's modified the previous game.
The only way past this
He's been
challenge
modifying
is
a lot
to
of them.
randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Oh, shit.
Oh no. You messed it up.
Yep.
You nerd.
This is why I'm not getting keep talking and everyone won't explode, because I know I'm gonna be an awful leader at it.
I actually got that recently, and come to realize I suck at Morse code.
I suck at like everything.
I'm good at wires.
Everybody's good at wires.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first two challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely. Just saying, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
Yeah, but then again, how
I can open this
exactly
door for
can
you,
we
so
fix this
let me do that.
problem, though? At this point, I'm kind of at a loss for words.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I
Don't
don't know
worry,
why
I
I would
think
be.
this
It's
will
not
work
like
out in the
everything
end.
needs to have a solution.
For sure,
But I
maybe.
feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time. And as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them...
Okay, but
I had
that's
been
it,
trying
you
to,
cannot
though.
jump
That
down
was the
the
thing.
cliff.
For years I was trying to get
An
to know
unusually
him,
not
to
frustrating
understand
part.
who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
Fucks up with the 3 dots, man. Does it mean?
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up? I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what
Oh.
I did.
I see.
Poisoned it for you.
Huh.
Why? Oh my god.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable. And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
But that boundary is not keeping you safe. You just keep destroying yourself through all of your games. What?
Yep.
What the hell?
Davey's been modifying his games.
And then you stopped. And I didn't have anything left to show people.
This took a turn.
I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Mm-hmm. It's part of the creative process. Oof. That one's really below the belt.
Yep.
I'm afraid that I did something really
I
stupid.
do like this
because I don't
hallway,
like
though.
myself.
Yeah.
It's kind of broken. Fuck you, Davey.exe.
Even the puzzle room just looks so empty and...
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is
No
because I
solution.
haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please.
So I just noticed that
Start
we're
making
getting
games
slowly
again. Please
crushed
help
right
me.
now.
Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Epilogue.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more.
Man, this took a heel turn.
Mm-hmm.
Solution.
But how?
I guess if someone
Non-Euclidean
had told me I
space,
had
etc.
Time traveling tree.
really enjoyed making prison
God.
games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Probably my favorite line in the game. Maybe you just like making prisons. Yeah.
You should buy him Prison Architect.
Oh, I
Maybe
was
I
gonna
thought-
say that. God.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop.
Maybe I read
Don't show
too
people what a
into
shitty
everything he
person you are.
made ever, so
They'll hate
hmm.
you.
Makes you think. Yeah, I think Kota's probably frustrated with his creative process, but I don't think he was ever depressed.
Yeah.
I could kind of respect the fact that there is indeed low points in creative writing because I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like everybody struggles with that.
Definitely. Yeah, at this point it's clear Davey was doing a hell of a lot of projecting throughout.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like. What now? I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Back at the station.
Yeah, that was what I was about to say. It's like, I just feel like we're running in circles.
Now a big empty corridor. But I wonder whose game we're playing if Kota stopped making games.
Oh.
Oh, hey, the Whisper Machine.
Yep, it's been a while.
My good friend, the Whisper Machine.
Carry us off to space.
Away. Spaceman.
The final frontier of maze. So is that supposed to be like the psyche of the narrator that we're looking at?
Maybe.
Hard to say.
I think it's a maze. You're probably right. So yeah. That was the beginner's guide.
Wow.
What did everybody think?
That was a one-of-a-kind experience.
I'll let Psych first before I kind of give my mind on the matters.
Honestly, right now, that's kind of all that I have to say. It just feels like my entire body's made out of lead.
Yeah, it is quite, I think it's pretty emotional. I think it got me to cry a bit at times.
I'm probably gonna play the devil here, but I feel like there's something a little bit disingenuous about this game.
What
I
do
mean-
you mean?
I get the guy was trying to send a message, but it felt very deceptive and kind of, I don't know. Just the fact that it went through so many hoops just to tell this big lie was kind of, it just didn't click with me.
I think
it's
that was
just a-
part of the thing.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
fictional
the Stanley
story.
Parable was pretty much about throwing curveballs into the entire storytelling process. Now it's throwing like a monkey wrench into the entire game design process.
Yeah, like I get what the game is trying to do, but I just feel like the way it just kind of took that heel turn really didn't do the message any favors, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, that is true. Some people are giving this game negative reviews because they think code is real.
Yeah, I mean,
That's-
I know that it's
that's great.
fictional, but yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah.
weird, though. I can't believe you did this to Coda.
It's
But hey, that's already a sign of a game being well written when you're not even sure anymore if what you're looking at is fiction or reality.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that movie adaptation where it's about Charlie Kaufman, and Charlie Kaufman is also the screenwriter of the movie. So it's self-insert, and he also invents this twin brother that exists within the narrative, and he also credits him as a co-author of the screenplay, even though he doesn't actually exist. There's a lot of like toying with reality and fiction. It's part of the narrative. Yeah, I think overall, good game, good story, well executed.
It's an interesting story. It just didn't really jive with me all that well. Maybe I'm just the
Because-
odd man out.
Maybe you just have no heart.
Possibly.
Also, Devious Vacuum, what did Davy Brennan went through in real life after Stanley Parable? I'd actually like it if you elaborated
Yeah,
on this.
that's kind of like a big reason why this game even exists.
Oh. Okay, so
Was it due
apparently
to
he had
the-
a breakdown, develop a coke habit.
Did he
Was it
develop a
due-
co-cap? I think you're making things up now.
Did it, well, it would make sense because I did see kind of like some anonymous receptions about the Stanley Parable, and a lot of people had some very angry vocal things to say about it.
Yeah, he
Big
couldn't
thing
handle
was-
how popular the game got.
Yeah, big thing was he also became kind of addicted to validation and just hearing all the things people had to say about his game.
So it's like this entire
And-
game was pretty much him dealing with that sort of fame
A
and
coping
validation
mechanism.
that he had.
Yeah,
It's basically a coping mechanism with due to that thing, and that kind of brings a little bit more light to this, but eh.
But yeah, thank you very much, DVAC, for telling us about this, because honestly, I think this is really interesting to hear in the light of everything. Oh, it's not over yet. Also, from what I understand from our actual game developer friends, the Stanley Parable guys were pretty up their own asses about their game. So I think
Yeah.
this is really interesting coming out now.
Yeah, they got a bit of an ego. What
Yeah.
happens? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, that kind of happens whenever it's like you work on a big project and then the big project gets a shitload of like validation, positive praise and everything. So it's like at one point you just start thinking, oh, all right, everything that I do is really awesome and good.
Yeah.
But it's like at some point you do need to have like a reality check and do know like where you're going and everything. So yeah, all
Yeah.
in all, that's definitely a thing. So yeah, that's it. That'll be it for the stream of the Beginner's Guide. Oh, Levex
All right.
says, I think that this is coming out the other end, looking back at the situation and empathizing with the fans that made him unhappy in the past. So yeah, thanks to everybody for tuning in onto the stream. Thank you to KillerEmcee and Highwang for being alongside with me. Thanks to everybody in the chat, and also thanks to Devious Vacuum for elaborating on all of these facts that really makes the game a whole lot more interesting in retrospect. So yeah, I think I'm gonna tune out for tonight because holy shit, that was a load.
It's heavy.
So take care, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.